What is up, guys? Welcome to Legacy TCG, back with some Edison. Today we have Eric playing Quickdraw Machina and Wilson is playing X-Sabers. So we usually don't ever have X-Sabers at locals. The only other player that would ever play Sabers is Totagon, and he's not there that often. So when he does show up, he doesn't really feel like, you know, racking his brain and playing X-Sabers. I think the deck is pretty hard to pilot. You're pretty much working with a lot less. Holy moly, that saber hole is gonna catch him off guard. You're working with a lot less, and you have to think a lot harder to get the plays you want to do. I don't know if that makes sense. You just have to work a lot harder to get the same results, essentially. It is a very fun strategy, but I will say that it's gonna take a long time for Wilson to kind of get his bearings on the X-Saber deck, in my opinion. If you really want to learn X-Sabers, you just have to take the losses as they come, and grind. I would say, like, this is one of those decks you probably take at least like 3 months of consistent locals to like become like maybe 90% competent at it. Mind control, the second compulse is gonna protect his face down. The thing with the X-Saber deck, mind control is really powerful because they do run a lot of tuners. They got like 2 or 3 full Helm Knight, 3 Arabellum for the Rescue Cat. So the mind control is actually really good. He's gonna go Card Trooper, Mill 3, opts not to run in. I guess is afraid of potential D-prisons. This deck list is, I'm not sure if it's like Totagon's or not. It might be. I know after YCS Anaheim, he toyed with saber holes and stuff like that, but I don't know if his actual list still runs saber hole. So we're gonna go, oh my god, brain control too, bro. This turn just gonna wipe the board, hitting the Emmer's Blade and then Card Trooper. I don't think he gets to draw a Card Trooper because he has to control it too, which is unfortunate, but that torrential was absolutely necessary. Brain control, mind control, dude. Eric is jumping through all these hoops to not get his stuff stolen. This full Helm Knight is very interesting. If he destroys a monster by battle, it's gonna be able to special summon one of those sabers, and yes, he gets to special summon with that full Helm Knight as well, which is crazy. Why? Because Edison things. It's just Edison stuff. He should be able to special summon with that. Yeah, it's just one of those things that it's different from like Sirocco. Someone ruled it at an Edison tournament that even if the full Helm Knight were to be destroyed, it will special summon next saber. Because it goes flip, destroy, and then yeah, he can special summon himself too. Whoa, what just happened? Yeah, just the one. He attacks that. Yeah, and he's gonna be able to get another one. So it looks like Eric special summoned Dandelion, brought out a token, and then the new Helm Knight is gonna swing at the special summon monster, thus special summoning another X-Saber, which is pretty nuts. Eric's like, what? This stuff does this? And it's like, yeah, it's kind of weird that it does it, but it does it. I've seen tournaments where like Totagon's playing and he's doing that. Like they go, oh, right, go, pop that. He's like, okay, I'll special. And they're like, what? You get the special? And he's like, yeah. And the player's like, I don't believe you. And so we had to call a judge over for him to sort things out. And then sometimes the judge won't even know either. Like, what? That does it? And he has to like Google it and, you know, find out that information. Edison is very strange. It's gonna go. Oh, he's gonna go Gothams. I think he's gonna maybe search for the Gores. Is what I'm thinking he's doing. That was a main phase 2 Gothams. I think he could have just maybe special summoned the Fall Troll and just waited till next turn, and then do some damage and then maybe clear everything up. But because the Fulhelm Knight would have been able to negate. I don't know if Fulhelm Knight negates only on itself or it can just negate any target on the field in general. Not quite sure. Yeah, at one point I was gonna play X-Sabers, but at the time, well, I guess I could have played it. I had the pieces, minus the Emmer's Blade. I guess I could have got supers back then. That was a thing. But it's even cheaper now, since it got reprinted into that last rarity collection, which is great. I'm hoping to see more X-Saber players just like Wilson. Alright, the Gothams are gonna be destroyed. Fulhelm Knight is gonna special. We'll go Emmer's Blade. Yeah, I was thinking, you know, if he kept the Fall Troll on board from last turn instead of synchroning into the Gothams to pitch one, he could have negated an attack and then special summon another monster, synchro into Brio, and then handle this fortress that way. And then he could have ran around the Raiko as well. I think there's just more value with that. The Gothams discarding a card was a main phase 2 Gothams, which is not as valuable. You're already attacked. Like, it doesn't really matter. Oh, does that have to destroy things equal to the amount of X-Sabers? So if he had 2 X-Sabers, he would have had to destroy 2 things. Maybe it doesn't say opponent side, it just says in general. Interesting. That was a lot of resources to get rid of a fortress. Maybe just go. I guess you could have gone Brio pitch Saber Slash, and it would have been the same thing, except I guess he would have gotten the fortress to hand, but he does have to pair that with a machine as well, so that is something to consider. 13. Sangan. Okay, Sangan swings in for 1,000. 13, he's gonna drop Gores. That way, doesn't take unnecessary damage. And now, Heavy Storm's gonna... Ooh! Starlight Road's there to protect the back row. Okay. We might be in danger. If we can't get rid of this tuner, then... Yeah, we have to push for this tuner. Because it's gonna go into Goyo, and then we're just gonna slowly just bleed out. Like, yes, there's a back row, but you're already in a losing position. Oh god. Yeah, so the Fulhelm Knight's gonna negate. Yeah, you had to push with 2. Oh, okay, Caius. Solemn Judgment's gonna deal with the Caius. Okay. Yeah, I would have liked this Fulhelm Knight not to be there. The Stardust is whatever, you're not really protecting anything anyways. But now this will go into Goyo, and then it can also go into a Rescue Cat, which is really bad for us. Yeah, so we're gonna go game number 2. That last part by Eric, I wish he gunned down the the full helm knight. That way he couldn't sync up into a Goyo, and the biggest body on board was the Gores, and maybe he could have stabilized off that. But he was going to get more synchros anyways with the Sangan. The Sangan could have just gone in and caused some mayhem with Rescue Cat. Cyber Dragon. We can contact this. It might be worth it. He's going to compulse the Card Trooper back to hand. Swing for 21. We can absorb 2100 damage, not too bad. But with that Card Trooper in hand, he can also absorb this Cyber Dragon with any machine. Ideally like a Gear Frame or something like that. Summon Gear Frame, get Fortress, contact, and then you can swing it with 2k. Wilson is in the tank. Okay, so I listened in on this. He prohibitions Fortress Dragon so that his Cyber Dragon can't be taken. I guess it's okay, but I guess depending on how many Cyber Dragons you're running, it does turn off future Cyber Dragons. But at least this Cyber Dragon on his side of the field is not going to be sent away. Yeah, I guess it really depends on what his hand is. He's not summoning any monsters anyways. Fossil Dyne is gonna answer this Cyber Dragon because it was specialed, so it gets nuked. And with the Fossil doing his job, maybe it swings in for 12. Sweet, 12 right here. Yeah, it looks like we're not drawing monsters. He has a Fall Troll in hand, and that's just dead in the water as well. Have to pair it with 2 X-Sabers to hit the field. And we have a bunch of back row. Gravity Bind, so level 4s can attack, I believe. We're gonna MST in response. Let the Dyna go through, swing for 12. That is a 1 of in Edison, I believe. Gravity Bind, level limit, area B, both 1 ofs. Yeah, we're just dying to our own deck right now. So, I've been labbing. I've been trying out different builds with my Machina deck, and what I noticed was the more power that I take out of the deck, the more consistent it is. And at the end of the day, the consistency is the most important part. He's gonna compulse this Fossil to hand. I guess you. What? Oh, okay. This is a response to Mirror Force. I was like, what just happened? Okay. Hopefully we can protect that Dyna too, because if we compulse it, brought it out, and just gets ran over by like an Ember's Blade, then it's gonna be sad for us. But I'm imagining the last back row is like a bottomless deep prison or something like that. But yeah, so like I went down to 1 Caius when there was originally 2. I took out Chaos Sorcerer. To which, like, since Caius is going down, that's a dark I lose, right? And so I was like, well, I have less darks now, and it's gonna be even harder to summon the Chaos Sorcerer, and I already have a tough time getting a sorcerer out. So, like, when things line up, fantastic card. It's amazing, right? Does so much for me, breaks boards. but more often than not, it does not line up the way I want it. And I'm just kind of staring at Caius's in hand, chaos sources I can't summon, like just cards I can't play, and I'm just like tired of drawing that way. So I cut down the Caius to 1. I took out the Chaos Sorcerer, I took out a Cyber Dragon, put it in the side, and then I put more chain animals in the deck, like Legacy Yatagrasu's, Karma Cut. Went down to 1 Deep Prison. Just want to be able to just play the game. I feel like if I can play the game with my cards, I can play my cards, then I can probably beat my opponent. Rather than my deck just outright killing me, because I draw hands with like Machina Force, Pot of Avarice, freaking like Bottomless or something, right? That happens all the time. And like imagine that with like Machina Force, Caius, Chaos Sorcerer, Pot of Avarice, Bottomless. Like what the hell do you do with that hand? You can't do anything, right? So I've been trying to make the deck as consistent as possible, focusing around the engine of the Machinas, and then every other card kind of like making it so that that strategy comes out as fast as possible. So Lila breaks back row, Raiko sets up the grave, Pot of Avarice is going to be the refuel for when I exhaust all my Machina forces and stuff like that. And yeah, the power cards in Caius and Chaos Sorcerer, fantastic cards, but they're cards that do harm you in the long run. And I don't know, I'm trying it out, see how it works. He's got a mill 3 hit Plague Spreader targeting the Sangan that was face down, so this will let him get into a Rescue Cat. Very dangerous card. Okay, Raiko hits the Emmer's Blade, milling Fortress. So Eric's Grave is all set up. He can Pot of Avarice if he wants to, but he doesn't really want to send back the Plague and Machina Force. Beating his Chain's gonna keep this Machina Gear Frame still. If he compulses it, the effect of Gear Frame is actually gonna go through. Excellent, because it's not on field, so it's just gonna resolve in the hand, adding Fortress. Very smart. Now maybe we just peck in with these dogs. The downside of having these dogs out in the open is they can get struck by Full Helm Knight, and that might cause some trouble. He's gonna discard Card Trooper, Special Fortress, and with the dead Fiendish Chain there, he knows that there's no opportunity for Gores to come out. He's gonna Pot of Avarice as well, leaving the Plague. No DD Crow to answer. I'm gonna draw our +1 Fortress. Alright, so we already normal summoned. We can turn these dogs into something bigger, is what I would like to see. I just don't want to give Full Helm Knight an opportunity to special like Emmer's Blade and go into Goyo, Brio, and it's just gonna cause a whole host of problems. Looks like he has Machina Fortress, Mind Control, a couple other cards. If he goes into 6-star, I think he can just 2-turn clock this game. Maybe Brio, right? And then if you have like a face down compulse or something, then pretty much Wilson has 1 normal summon to win the game. Wow, he's going in hard. Okay, So we're gonna take 5,000 from the fortresses, 28 from the Yugioh, putting us at 200 life points. No brain control. Here comes the rescue cat. Tribute to special air bellums. This is gonna let us drop the fall troll. He has a okay. Saber slash is gonna ping down these this fortress. Both fortresses go down. Very cool combo. And then he just has to deal with this Yugioh. Oh no. Did these boys just go down? That's unfortunate. Alright, draw. Pro set Heavy Storm is gonna wipe everything off the field. And that's gonna be a concession from Wilson. So his hand was Ragigura, Airbellum, and Emmer's Blade. So yeah, Pro set Heavy was absolutely disgusting. Yeah, he might have been able to live, but none of those were chainables. That's why I really like Compulse. Even if they do heavy like that, I can chain the Compulse, return the Synchro back to hand. But obviously, it's not gonna always line up like that. Sometimes you're just dealing with normal monsters. But in that situation, it would have been fantastic. I appreciate Wilson playing the X-Sabers though. It's fun to see different decks on stream or on record. Just because like you kind of get tired of watching Black Wings, Bayou, my deck, which is Machina, but I kind of use the replays selfishly because I can critique myself and then improve upon it. That's why I like to do it. But oops. Anyways, if you guys like the videos, make sure to hit that subscribe button, and then I will catch you on the next one. Peace.